The WBO at 147, man, their rankings are looking kind of fucking whack. You know what I'm saying? The champion is Jessie Vargas. And then now Manny Pacquiao will be the mandatory with that WBO international title. So, I mean, a lot of people are saying Tim Bradley and Jessie Vargas will probably get matched up. I don't think Tim Bradley deserves it. He should have won this fucking fight. That would have got him the mandatory rematch. So I think Manny Pacquiao deserves it, but he might not fucking want it. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy 2K the God, my man Sess. Welcome to the Gods of Boxer Talk. Now for this segment, we want to do the prediction video of Manny Pacquiao versus Jessie Vargas that's getting ready to take place this weekend. Also, since I really don't give a fuck about that fight, I'm just doing the prediction video because this is a boxing channel, really. The fight I do care about is on the undercard, and that's going to be Jessie Magdaleno versus Nonito Donaire. So, first off, I guess we'll start with the main event, since that's probably the whack fight of the card. Actually, Zeus Shiming is on that motherfucker fighting for a title.
Oh, wow.
He's fighting for the WBO title on that same card, B. And I'm like, the guy he's fighting is of course, a nigga that nobody's ever heard of. But I'm trying to figure out why Zeus Shiming is getting a title fight. I mean, we know the
He just lost somebody, didn't he?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, my fault.
I know he did. I know he did lose because I remember. I think it was it on the undercard of Pacquiao Rios?
Algeria?
Algeria?
I don't know. I know that motherfucker lost.
I'm bringing it up right now. His record is 8. His record is 8-1 with 2 knockouts. You know what I'm saying? He lost. He lost the fucking Amnat Rule wrong. That motherfucker's a beast.
Okay.
He lost to that cat. That nigga's a beast, dog. So yeah, I expect that loss. Anyway, we kind of off topic, but yeah, he's fighting for the WBO title. You know, Top Rank got the WBO rigged and shit. That's why he's fighting for the title. But anyway, we'll start with Manny Pacquiao and Jessie Vargas. For the statistics, you got Jessie Ruthless Vargas, right? 5'10", 71 inches in reach. He's 27-1. His one loss is to Timothy Bradley. He should have lost to Khabib Alvarez as well, but he actually he escaped away with a robbery in that fight. He has 10 KOs to his advantage. He's currently the WBO 147-pound champion. His last fight against a guy that he knocked out, pretty much an amateur fighter in my opinion, Saddam Ali, was last March, knocked him out in the 9th round. Then you got Manny Pacquiao, who has risen from his Senate seat and gotten back into the ring. He's 58-6 with 2 draws. That's not bad with 58 wins, though. You know
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. 58 wins, 6 losses, 2 draws with 38 knockouts. Now, check this shit out. Jessie Vargas is 5'10". Manny Pacquiao is 5'5". This is like little bro fighting big bro. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And he has a 67-inch reach, so he's at a 4-inch reach disadvantage, which is extremely great for Jessie Vargas because all that motherfucker knows how to do is box from the outside and use that jab. You know what I'm saying? His last fight, of course, was against Timothy Bradley in a ridiculous win that I was very pissed off in because it was a fight that pretty much a guy gave another guy way too much fucking respect, and that guy ended up winning the fight. That was last April. Sess, let me know what you think about this fight, B.
I mean... all I'm gonna say is, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. If Pacquiao wants to come back from his place in the Senate in the Philippines and fight again, that's fine with me. one thing I'm not gonna do is put too much stock into Jessie Vargas, because before this fight, who the fuck was Jessie Vargas? You know,
I don't know.
he beat he beat Saddam Ali. Okay, you know, whoop-de-doo. Oh my God, he's a world beater. You know, you know, and then he beat. I'm sorry. Then he fought Tim Bradley in a boxing lesson. Bradley dogged and beat the shit out of Jessie Vargas the whole fight.
11
His
rounds.
one right hand came from, I believe it came from Bradley being so far up on the scorecard, on my scorecard at least, that he presented an opportunity and Jessie Vargas took it. You know, Bradley got lackadaisical in the fight. He kept doing he kept doing something repetitively, and Vargas caught him with a right hand. There was no way in the world, for all those people out there was no way in the world Jessie Vargas was going to knock Tim Bradley out. He could have had 3 extra minutes. The motherfucker still would not have knocked Tim Bradley out. This man has been hit and rocked and dropped and still got back up by Ruslan Provodnikov.
And Manny Pacquiao.
Get the fuck out. And Manny Pacquiao. Get the fuck out of here, man, with this, you know, Jessie Vargas has a good right hand. He's got that vicious right hand. He can land it on Manny. You know, but this is typically what they do. Look, oh, you know what? Let me put this into perspective for everybody. Jessie Vargas, and this is not a knock on Jessie Vargas, by the way. This is just telling you what this fight is. Jessie Vargas' claim to fame is beating Saddam Ali, who, in me and 2K's opinion, was an amateur fighter. I mean, he did not make the proper position from the amateurs to the pros. He brought his amateur style into the pros. He got in there with a guy that had way more pro experience than he did. And what happened is what is going to happen when you step up against a guy that has way, you know, more fights than you do. You know, and he's been in the pro game longer than you.
Right.
That shit happens. And Jessie Vargas was in his 20s. He's still in his 20s.
Right.
I mean, come on. You ain't fighting an old washed up man. You know? So that's one of his claims to fame. And the other is landing a right hand in the 12th round against Timothy Bradley. When they show you the promo for this fight, it's fucked up because that's all they can show you. Is him knocking out Saddam Ali, and then a 2-second clip of him landing a right hand on Timothy Bradley, which they slow down. Come on, man, get the fuck out of here, man. What can he do to Manny Pacquiao? 2K, I heard what you said earlier. I appreciate the stats. He's 5'10". I understand that. But guess what? Chris Algieri was tall.
Oh.
What's his name? Antonio Margarito was taller than everybody's taller than Manny.
Eric Morales.
Okay? Eric Morales was tall. So come on, man. He has no chance. If Pacquiao loses to Jessie Vargas, he needs to immediately retire.
That's it.
And he needs to be a full-time senator in the Philippines.
Absolutely.
I'm so sick and tired of Manny Pacquiao's fans and his followers hyping up everybody that he steps in the ring with. When Floyd got in the ring with Andre Berto, I already knew what the fuck that was. You know, we knew what that was. You know, I didn't hype Berto up. You know, but when Manny Pacquiao gets in the ring with somebody, it's always, oh my God, he's a killer. Oh. Manny has to watch out for his height. You know, Brandon Rios is a brawler. Manny's coming off of a loss. You know, get the fuck, come on, man. Stop hyping these cats up, man. Stop it. You know, like I said, I don't care too much for the fight. I'll watch it at a sports bar somewhere, maybe, or stream it. I don't really care too.
I'm gonna watch shit while I'm on the toilet, nigga.
Right, exactly. Yeah, right. I don't care too much. I'm picking Manny by Jessie Vargas is tough. I'll give him that. But what's gonna happen is once Pacquiao adjusts to Jessie's jab, which he'll probably do within the first maybe two and a half rounds. Once he adjusts to that, it's lights out. You know, he's gonna beat him either the remainder of the fight. He may try to make it a little bit interesting, but he's gonna beat the shit out of Jessie Vargas. You know, I know that Jessie is real determined and he can't believe people are counting him out and all this other bullshit, but at the end of the day, you gotta look at what you're up against, man.
You gotta look at your styles and your abilities. Exactly. Stay true to yourself, bro.
Hey, there you go, 2K. Exactly. Stay true to yourself. Styles make fights. He does not have the style to be in the same ring as a Manny Pacquiao. The minute Pacquiao gets the timing on that jab and the minute he adjusts to it, he's gonna step to the outside and he does it so. That's the one thing about Pacquiao. He does it so pretty. He steps to the outside and just pops you with his left hand. He did it to Marquez. I think that was one of the punches he dropped Marquez with in the fourth fight. Was he just so subtly just foul?
Yeah.
I mean, it just comes off so pretty.
Yeah.
So, like I said, once it's gonna be death by 1,000 left hands.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah.
We'll see.
I agree, man. Excellent assessment. You know, I'm seeing a lot of guys that I respect saying some kind of outlandish things. And if there was a such thing as a boxing card that allows you, that gives you access, exactly, that gives you, nigga ripped it, that gives you access, throw it in the air, B. Access to talk boxing on social media websites, just like my man Seth just illustrated for you. Yeah. I'm revoking about 10, 15 of them hoes, man.
Yeah.
You know, this fight, and I mentioned it earlier to my man Seth, and I said it to a couple other people. This fight is going to look exactly like the Chris Algieri fight, minus the 5 knockdowns. I don't think Manny Pacquiao will knock Jessie Vargas down 5 times. And it's just a testament to Jessie Vargas' toughness. Tim Bradley's not a big hitter by any means, but he was really stinging the shit out of Jessie Vargas. Khabib Alikverdiev was as well, who hits a little bit harder in his respective division than Tim Bradley does.
Yeah.
And Jessie Vargas stayed on his feet. Chris Algieri's a tough motherfucker as well. He was in there with Ruslan. Now Ruslan knocked him down, made the nigga do a backflip, or he rolled on his back and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Rolled on his back and landed on his knees and shit. But he got back up and continued to fight. He's known for getting knocked down. Jessie Vargas is not. So this is why I would minus the knockdowns. But as far as the styles, Jessie Vargas is almost exactly identical to Chris Algieri, to the point where I actually would like to see that fight, Chris Algieri versus Jessie Vargas.
Oh, yeah.
That's a fight that I will not watch on the toilet. You know what I'm saying? I watch that shit in my living room, and I'll be analyzing the shit out of 2 guys that love to use distance, and they judge distance very well, right? Yeah. Jessie Vargas has no plan B, guys. He shoots the jab from the outside. Beautiful, like I saw my man says. It's beautiful that he's got the basics down, okay? When you bring a guy, a newcomer to boxing, into the boxing gym, and me and Seth have helped train guys in the past, you bring a guy in, you teach him how to throw punches. The first thing you do, if he's a right-handed guy, you make him put his left foot forward, put his fucking hands up, and throw the jab. If he's a a left-handed guy, you make him put his right foot forward, put his hands up, and throw the jab. That's why the first things you teach a guy who just gets into the boxing ring, okay, or in the boxing gym, And Jessie Vargas has mastered that basic technique of utilizing the jab to set up everything he does.
Yep.
Problem with that is Manny Pacquiao has fought other guys that are masters at utilizing the jab to set up what they do. Chris Algieri, Eric Morales, okay? Those two guys are masters at doing that, right? Tim Bradley's also good at doing that when he's in his right state of mind, okay? So when Manny Pacquiao actually gets settled into the fight, right? Take about 2 rounds, gets settled into the fight, starts timing Jessie Vargas's jab. Once he does that, Jessie Vargas is not going to be able to do anything else. He's going to continue to jab. This is what he did against Tim Bradley. It took Tim Bradley won every round, but he still looked slower in rounds 1, 2, and 3 than he did in 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, right?
Oh, yeah.
In those rounds, he just fucking completely obliterated Jessie Vargas, whereas in the first few rounds, he won those rounds, but he was still trying to get Jessie Vargas' timing down on his jab, right?
Yeah.
And when he got it down, Jessie Vargas made no adjustments. He kept doing the same thing, right? I don't expect him to make an adjustment here. Now, a lot of guys are like, Manny Pacquiao loses to boxers. Understandably so. He absolutely does. But a lot of these guys that he's lost to, and I'm not talking about guys that he lost to before he was Pac-Man, you know, when he had the little bob and shit. You know what I'm saying? He had the little colored bangs. I'm not talking about that Manny. I'm talking about the one. I'm talking about world champion Manny that was losing to Eric Morales, you know, Floyd Mayweather, Juan Manuel Marquez, etc. The difference between those guys and Jessie Vargas is that those guys had plan Bs, okay?
Yep.
The difference between Jessie Vargas and Floyd Mayweather and Juan Manuel Marquez is that the latter two that I just mentioned are masters at counterpunching. They're boxers, but then they also step back and they can counter you. Jessie Vargas doesn't do that, okay? They're also, well, I was going to say Marquez is sound defensively, but he's not. Mayweather is sound defensively. You know what I'm saying? But Marquez is just so good at timing you, getting your timing down. That he could come over the top of your shit with a pretty much his best counter, which is the straight right hand, and that shit will knock you the fuck out, which is what we saw happen to Manny Pacquiao. Floyd Mayweather, he's so defensively sound that he don't even need to throw a lot of punches. He can actually stand back, look at what you're doing, and pick what punch he wants to throw at any given time. Okay. Jessie Vargas is not on that level. Actually, in my opinion, I have a golden rule. If you're a world champion, you're automatically B level. That's my golden rule. Okay. People understand it's easy to become a world champion in today's fight game, but still, that is one of the biggest accolades you can achieve. And a guy really does need to go through some fighters to get to that point. I mean, Saddam Ali was an amateurish type of fighter, but he did beat Luis Carlos Abregu before it was the Abregu who just got knocked out by a nigga that was like 13-9 in Argentina. Okay, he beat that Luis Carlos Abregu before that. He beat Antonio DeMarco. Okay, I'm sorry, not Saddam Ali. I'm talking about
Jessie
Vargas. My bad. But Saddam Ali beat Luis Carlos Abregu. Now on to Jessie Vargas. He beat that guy. He also beat Antonio DeMarco. He got in the ring with Tim Bradley, got his ass whooped, but that's still experience that he's actually coveted and used to incorporate that experience into his style going forward, right? So he's the lowest level of B level that I can get. But if he was not a world champion, he would be C+. Okay, he would be a bona fide C level fighter in my opinion. You've got an elite fighter, one of the best fighters of today, and Manny Pacquiao, surefire Hall of Famer, a guy who's beaten a lot of different guys that Jessie Vargas will probably get dominated in, and one of those guys we've already seen happen in reality, right? He's beaten a lot of those type of guys. He is aging, but he still has enough in the tank to beat a guy on Jessie Vargas's level. Now, if we're talking about putting Manny Pacquiao in the ring with Keith Thurman, you know, Errol Spence, Kell Brook, that's a different story. But Jessie Vargas, even though he is a champion, and he's standing next to those other respective champions in the 147-pound division, he is still the weakest link. Okay, a good example of this: when Paulie Malignaggi was the WBA 147-pound champion, we weren't saying Paulie Malignaggi could beat Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Now, of course, that was a younger Manny Pacquiao, but it's still the same thing. Manny Pacquiao's still the same guy. You know what I'm saying? He's lost maybe a partial step. I still think he's the same guy. He looked good against Timothy Bradley in his last fight, and that was this year. So we weren't saying a guy like Paulie Malignaggi can beat Manny Pacquiao. So why are we saying a guy like Jessie Vargas, who they both have similar styles? I think Paulie Malignaggi is a better mover than Jessie Vargas, right?
Yeah.
Why are we saying a guy like Jessie Vargas can beat him? And also, Jessie Vargas only has a 36% KO rate. His KO rate is very low. Now, motherfuckers are like, well, he's with Dewey Cooper, and he's learning how to sit down on his punches. Yes, he is, against amateurish type fighters like Saddam Ali. But him sitting down on his punches against well-seasoned veterans who have fought everyone, he has nothing for that guy.
Nope.
I don't see him knocking Jessie Vargas out. Jessie Vargas is, regardless of his limited abilities and his style, he is still a very game competitor, a very tough fighter. He will bring it to Manny Pacquiao, and he will give 100% effort. But unfortunately, for 12 rounds, it will not be enough. I'm expecting Manny Pacquiao to win 9 or 10 rounds. And if he, if this fight is like a 115, 113 fight, Manny Pacquiao still needs to retire. This fight needs to be a 117, 111 or above. Straight up. You got anything you want to add to that?
Nah, you know what? I agree fully, but I'm gonna say Manny gets the stoppage.
Manny gets the stoppage. What round?
I think he'll stop him in round 9 or 10.
Okay.
And
that's what I was thinking, about 10. If it was a stoppage, it'd be around about 10, because he's gonna stay in that fight. I can't discount Jessie Vargas' toughness. I think he's a tough dude, but I don't see him being able to take too many of Manny's left hands. Right.
And especially if Manny starts letting his hands go, I don't see it.
Yeah, I agree. All right, man, on to the next one, which is the fight that's on the undercard of this particular fight, and actually the fight that I really care about and I really want to see, and I'll make sure that I'm not actually on the toilet for this fight. It's going to be Nonito Donaire. He's going to be defending his WBO 126-pound title against younger brother of Diego Magdaleno, Jessie Magdaleno. Now, Nonito Donaire is 5'5". He has a 68-inch reach. He's 37-3 with 24 knockouts. And his last fight was against a guy named Zolt Badak, who he TKO'd him in the 3rd round back in April. I think that was a defense of his WBO title, if I'm not mistaken. Jessie Magdaleno, he's 23-0, undefeated young fighter, 23-0, 17 knockouts. He's also a southpaw. He's 5'4". He has a 66-inch reach, so he's giving up 2 inches in reach and 1 inch in height. Okay, his last fight was against a guy named Ray Perez. Knocked him out in the 7th round. That was back in February. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and give my assessment on Jessie, and then I'm gonna pass it to Cess and let him give his assessment on Nonito Donaire. I remember when the Magdaleno brothers first became professional fighters, man. I thought Diego Magdaleno was the better brother. But I hadn't really seen Jessie fight yet. But when I seen him fight, I immediately was like, oh shit, hell nah, Jessie, that motherfucker's nice. He's obviously the better brother. Now there's 3 brothers. The other one, he just started his career. He's only like 4-0.
Okay.
Diego at this point in time in his career, he's already taken 2 L's. So he's still a contender in his respective division, which is lightweight, but he's kind of at the bottom of contender status. He's still got to work his way up. Jessie, on the other hand, he's been taking out all comers. Now, of course, none of these motherfuckers are in any league of Nonito Donaire, even the Nonito Donaire of today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's still doing what he needs to do to get to where he is today, and that's going to be competing for the WBO title, right?
Yeah.
He's a guy with very fast hands coupled with power, and particularly in his straight left. He's a southpaw, so his straight left hand is devastating, but he has a nice lead hook to the body. I seen him hit motherfuckers with that, and motherfuckers are curled up like some bacon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He has nice footwork. I mean, it's not great. I'm not talking Erislandy Lara or nothing like that here, but we're talking about he has nice bounce. He'll stay there in front of you, but he'll bounce around. He'll keep moving and shit. Move back, come back in, move a little bit to the side, keep bouncing. He does that type of thing. He's a very slick fighter with subpar defense. Early in fights, he keeps his hands up. But the problem with him later in fights, as far as keeping his hands up, is that he doesn't really have much head movement. And when he gets into the fight to where he feels like he's actually dominating it, or if he's winning it easily, he starts dropping his hands more. And he starts becoming more open to his opponent's counterattacks. He doesn't really utilize lateral movement. That's what I pretty much kind of alluded to with him bouncing. You won't see him in the ring, even though he has fast hands and he is throwing combinations. He'll do this, but he'll stay there. He won't turn. You don't see that. Also, he doesn't really judge distance very well later on in fights. In the beginning of the fights, you know, he's a slow starter. It takes him about 3 rounds to get started. And then at that point in time, though, he's judging distance pretty well. But then, like I said, as he gets later on in the fight, it's as if he gets entrapped into the fight, and he starts kind of not deviating from his game plan, but some of his skills start eroding. It's hard to explain, but he goes backwards. He stops having great pace or dictating excellent pace in the fight and judging distance, and he starts, like I said, leaving himself open more. The problem with him not having good lateral movement is that he's really gonna need this against Nonito Donaire, because he's going to have to circle to his left a lot in this fight so that he can stay away from that devastating ass left hook. If he's and he stays there, yo, I can see him getting caught with a left hook, man. Hopefully in their training camp, that's exactly what he's doing. Trying to working on his lateral movement, learning how to circle to the left more, keeping the fight in the middle of the ring. Please don't get caught up against the ropes. You know, that shit. And lastly, one of my cons on him is he goes to the body, but a lot of his shots can be low. So he's been deducted points in the past for low blows. So this could possibly happen, and this could be a bad thing if he's not dominating the fight. It's a close fight that he could be winning, and he's getting deducted low blows. Well, it gives Nonito Donaire a chance to come ahead and take that fight. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass to my man. So based on what I just said, man, how do you feel this fight will play out?
You know what? Based on what you just said, 2K, I almost see this fight being kind of a war.
Yeah.
You know, I see it being kind of a war. Reason being, and I'll give mine. I'll give a assessment on Nonito Donaire. But let me start by saying this: I've never been high on Donaire. Right. Even when he was the Filipino Flash, I was never high on him. Nonito Donaire to me is all left hook. You know, he has fast hands. I'll give him that. I was never big on his defense. I don't think he's a good defensive fighter. I was never too big on his footwork either. I didn't think he. I didn't think.
I agree.
That, okay. I didn't think that he used his feet very well. I honestly believe a lot of what Nonito Donaire did when he was the Filipino Flash, when he was knocking guys out, was everything was set up to run you into his left hook. Okay, or for him to counter you with his left hook. Okay, he would let you throw something, and then boom, he would come out of nowhere with it. Right. So I think they know that. They know, hey, look, as long as we stay away from this cat's left hook, it's not too much that we have to worry about. Look at what and not I'm not no comparisons, but when you look at Nonito's losses, he couldn't get off the way that he normally got off.
Right.
You know, against these cats. If you once you take away one of his best weapons, I think you kind of force Donaire to fight you. And if you can draw him into a fight, I think your chances are much better against him, especially when you're giving up the height and reach advantage against Nonito Donaire.
Right.
You know, because he does need a certain amount of space to get that left hook off. You know, so like I said, I believe it was the fight before his last. I'm not sure who. I think it was against a Mexican guy, and I'm not sure the kid's name.
I think his name, I'm about to pull it up right now while you're talking,
Okay.
but I think his name was Cesar Juarez, if I'm not
That's
mistaken.
okay, yes.
So the
That's-
last fight was Zolt Badak. Yeah, Cesar Juarez, that was his name. Yeah.
Okay. And I watched that fight, and to me, it was a war. They were going back and forth.
Yeah.
You know, so I honestly think Nonito Donaire's best years are behind him. I don't know how he got this WBO 126-pound championship title, but I do believe that the days of him being the Filipino Flash are over. You know, this will be a good fight for him in the sense that he's going up against a guy that's undefeated, but at the same time, the kid that he's fighting hasn't had too much experience with guys on the Nonito Donaire level.
Right.
So that's why I say, if I'm going in this fight, my plan A is to do what I normally do. Okay? Yeah. My plan B to beat Donaire would be to draw him into a fight.
Yeah.
You know, draw him into a fight, get him off of his game, disrespect him. Just look at what Walters, Rigondeaux, and the other guy that beat him. I forgot his name. Shit. It was Walters, Donaire. No, I'm sorry, it was Walters.
I'm putting it out right now.
Okay.
He lost a fight early in his career. His name was Rosendo Sanchez.
Okay. I'll just stay on the two notable guys. Look at what they did. They were able to impose their wills on Nonito Donaire. You know, they were able to disrespect him. They were able to, fight him when he didn't want to fight. So that's the thing. It's not that I don't like Donaire. I've just never been too high on him.
Yeah.
So, but this should be an interesting fight. Like I said, it has all the makings of a war. I don't think Donaire has great footwork. I don't think he has great head movement. He's never displayed a beautiful jab or anything like that to me either. You know, to me, he's primarily been the guy that just draws you into his money punch. Very good at doing it.
Yeah, he is.
But that's kind of his money punch.
Yeah.
So I do believe it'll be a good fight. I think it'll be the better fight. It may even be better than the main event.
Yeah.
But I just don't see Donaire the way that everybody else sees him, and I don't see him the way that everybody used to see him.
The funny thing, man, about what you're saying is Top Rank and Bob Arum are already looking past Jessie Magdaleno because they're talking about matching him up with Oscar Valdez in the future. Now, that's a fight he definitely gonna lose against Oscar Valdez. And I'm like, hey, y'all need to hold y'all's horses, man.
Exactly.
Jesse, he's not a bum and he's not a scrub. This dude has a clear case of possibly winning this fight, a clear argument.
Yeah.
So, man, I'm on the fence on this one, because I could definitely see Magdaleno leaving himself open for a left hook, B.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna go with Jessie Magdaleno.
Okay.
And I'm probably gonna be wrong than a motherfucker, because I just want to put, like, if I could hedge this goddamn prediction,
yeah,
and say, I would say Jessie Magdaleno by decision, Nonito Donaire by KO. Okay. If we got a knockout in this fight, Nonito Donaire will be the one to get it. If it goes to the cards, Jessie Magdaleno wins this fight. What do you think?
I'm gonna actually let me think real quick, man. I'm gonna say Jessie Magdaleno. I'm gonna go ahead on and say it. I think I mean he's got pretty good punching power. He's a southpaw. I think he can beat Donaire. I really do. I think if he draws Donaire and into a fight, get him off of his game, draw him into a fight, and keep your fucking hands up.
Yeah.
You know? Or just stay on top of him. Stay on top of him, stay in his chest. You know, like I said, take that space away from Donaire. Take that space away from him. I'm probably going out on a limb, but you know, fuck it, I'm with you, 2K. I don't care.
Yeah. Another tidbit that I forgot to mention is that Nonito Donaire, I think I said 126 earlier. I meant to say 122-pound champion. He's been talking about, yeah, he's been talking about trying to fight Guillermo Rigondeaux. Probably one of the only guys out there that's actually been saying that he wants to fight Guillermo Rigondeaux again. So I give him major props for that shit.
Word.
But he's a champion at 122. He has fought at 126 before. His last fight at 126, or within the 126 limit, was in 2014. In 2015, he fought a fight. He weighed in at 123 pounds, but that's only 1 pound over. In 2014, he weighed in at 125 and a half. So that's 2 years ago. Whereas Jessie Magdaleno's last fight was at 126. So you can kind of say he's the bigger guy too. Jessie.
Yeah.
So this is an intriguing fight, man. This is exactly why I want to see it. I don't give a fuck about Manny Pacquiao, Jessie Vargas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I end up having something else to do that seems to be better than watching Pacquiao Vargas, that's the fuck I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. You got anything you want to add, B?
Nah, man, that's it.
All right, fam. YouTube, do what you do in the comment section. Be real. Let us know what you think about these two fights and who you got winning. This is Real Talk for real fans. 1.